Hi, this is another one of my videos relating to Project 1 in my Illustrator classes. One thing that's quite common for people to have difficulties with is trying to work out in Illustrator, because you have objects which all occupy different levels within the same layer. How to work out how to have something come both in front and behind something. So one example would be, let's say you're trying to create an illustration of Saturn and you have the rings that go all the way around the central part of the planet. Then how do you make those rings work? I've got this example here on my demo sheet of a couple of things here. This Saturn-like planet is one example, and you can see how the rings have to look like they're going behind and in front of it. Same with this ring that goes around this spaceship. Actually, it's the same kind of thing. Same with the egg. Same with the way that this hair seems to go in front and behind the object, and so on. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to begin by drawing an ellipse. Just going to drag out. I'm going to add a little bit more stroke thickness to it. It's a little bit too much. There we go. Something like that. And then I'm going to draw another circle over the top of this. So I'm going to hold Shift to constrain it. And I'll put it somewhere around about there. Let's make this ellipse a little bit flatter. Something like that. Now we've got this, I want to make sure that they're both aligned to each other. So visually they look like they're both centered to each other, but let's just double check by going up here to horizontal align center. Looks like they already were. Then I'm going to use the shape builder tool, and what I want to do is overlap where one element overlaps onto the other, but where this planet hits there needs to be another ellipse. So we're going to take this shape again and duplicate it. Let's double click with the scale tool, and I'm just going to hit copy on that to see what that looks like. I'm going to have it be a little bit smaller than that, so let's just drag with the selection tool, holding Option and Shift. So Option is making it scale from the center point, and Shift is constraining the proportions. So maybe somewhere around about there. Okay, now I've done that, I'm going to use the shape builder tool. And with all of this selected, so make sure everything's selected, I'm going to drag through here. Now I want to miss that bit, so let's do that again. I want to go into here. I also want to drag into here. Through here I want to duplicate, combine all of those together. So now you see we have this effect that it feels like these rings are going around the outside. Of course they're not, actually. What we've got is this shape. And then we also have these two shapes, which we could actually delete. We don't need those anymore. So that's the basic idea, and it doesn't really matter whether you're making a planet or a spaceship or whatever it is where you have something going around the outside. If it was a spaceship, I would want this to fit in there more accurately. So I could start off with the ellipse, then make a smaller version, a circle, sorry. Make a circle to go in the middle. And then what I can do is, using this same circle, do copy, paste in front, I can just squash it holding Option. So that way, when I combine them together with the shape builder tool, I'll go through here, and then go through here, and then go through here. Now you can see that it fits exactly to it, unlike this one where you've got this space between. And then for the spaceship, what I had done is for the windows, because I want them to look like they're going all the way around the outside, I'm drawing one on the side, which is an ellipse. So the reason that it's an ellipse is because it's in perspective. So I'm going to set that just as a black fill. You might actually want to rotate it very slightly because it's on a little bit of a curve there, like something like that. And then in the middle, like right in the middle of this shape, I'm going to draw another one, holding Option and Shift. And then in between these two, I'm going to draw another one which is not as elliptical as the first one, more rounded, but not completely round. So once I've got those three, I can then take these ones, reflect them over the center point. So Option, click in the middle of here, hit copy. Now we've got those windows that go all the way around. Maybe you want to have a door, so I could select here, click at the bottom, go up to the top somewhere, click and drag to make a curve, and then go back down to the bottom. We've created a little door inside the spaceship. And maybe you want a smaller version of this shape on the very top, just to give it a little bit of a sort of decorative element maybe. So I'm just going to scale this very small and fit it on the top like a little nipple on the top of this thing. And then we're going to draw a line right at the very top and round that off. In fact, actually, rather than rounding off, let's use this spiky kind of shape. So there we go. That's really it for this demonstration. I just wanted to show you a couple of things on this worksheet that I have going here. So for this one of the things I would suggest is that you could play around with different ways of representing this idea of the I don't know what you call that really, but the that comes out the bottom of it. So how do you do that? Or you could play around, like here I've played around with some of them having this filled in with white, some of them having it filled in with black, some of them having a door, some of them just having windows, maybe in negative. So that's it for this demonstration. That's how to make something look like it's in front or behind.